of 9 souls, and today we're going to lose to Eigong. She's the final boss of the game. We fought her a little bit last night. Didn't go too well. So we're going to keep on keeping on. That is the order of the day. Alright, well, not that one. Man, that... Yes, Eigong. What's up, Thomas? Oh no, she got me! Alright. So, I've never... The rhizomatic arrow? Yeah, for sure. Okay. So, big swipe, unblockable, followed by 2 blockable parryable swipes, and then that's either followed by another unblockable fireball swipe, I'll call it for lack of a better word, and then sometimes followed by the dash. Ah. Red normal, red combo 1, and then red normal dash is the dash with the little slash behind it is combo 2. The next time is the dash follow-up 1. Okay, well that is good to know. 'Cause man, the talisman or... Ah, man, she got me. You know, that's the thing. I can never... Oh, man. I can never figure out which one of those attacks she's gonna do, right? Parry internal damage. Yeah, for sure. So, like, my Jade setup that I'm doing, right, is Hedgehog, Reciprocation, Divine Hand, because I figured if I ever hit the Unbound counter on the first one of those big slashes, then we'll be able to keep on parrying through, although I've never done it right. You know, it seemed like it was an okay thing. I tried with the Focus Jade thing, but yeah, because, like, I think Reciprocation was really important, too, because, especially in the first phase, right, she's got those patterns that are honestly kind of slow, and if you just don't get hit by a talisman thing, then you'll be fine and you'll be able to counter it. That way, if you mess up the parries a lot, then you'll be able to just swap the internal damage that way, right? Ah, she got me. Like, if I could just know when she was gonna do that. Like, how am I supposed to not get hit by that? I actually don't know. And if I knew she was going to do that, I could block it, but... Like there, I thought she might have done it again, but she didn't. You have time to parry the red attacks, but... if you don't know which attack it's going to do, then you're charging into a talisman and you get hit. And I can't tell the difference between the talismans and the other red ones yet. I don't know if there is one, because I would swear sometimes she just picks what she's going to do once I'm already somewhere. Which, you know... Man... Charge the parry when I see the cross turns to a circle. Yeah, I'm not gonna see that. That's like above her head, right, when she's charging up the red thing. Yeah. You know, I think I spend a lot of time looking at my own character and not at other characters in games like this. If you could unbound parry the talisman attack, I'd already be doing so good at this fight. But you can't. Yeah, I took off the come back to life with 25% health thing, because I figured it was never getting me anywhere. Man. Man. Poor performance indeed. Like, where was the wind-up for that? Where was it? I don't know. I don't know where it was. Because, like, I was, like, thinking, okay, wait, he'll do the wind-up thing, and then he just, bam, immediately. I mean, not he, she, of course, but yes. Man. There is no wind-up for that one. I see. Well, that explains why I couldn't see it. Wind-up is the dash talisman, but she'll do that 3 times in a row sometimes, or 4. I don't know how to tell. I keep on trying to see if I can, like, hear a sound. But as long as I keep on failing the 3rd parry there's no point in even... Oh, okay. Oh, sure. Sure. I went through this last night. I know that it doesn't matter that I was literally behind her because she grabs you from behind her. It just makes me mad because I feel like I should have been, like, totally dodged, right? But because I'm a very stupid person, I will continue complaining about it. I swear I had that, but just too late. Oh, man. You know, that's almost as long as I've ever lived in Phase 2. Like, you know, we can't even get there reliably, and then I just get immediately torched. decent. You know, decent. I felt like I was playing okay there for a bit, and then, you know, just bad mistakes, but, you know, it is what it is. The most important thing is I've been improving getting hit by the invisible slashes, because that's just evasion. You get a huge window there to punish and heal, but, you know, if you try to do it first, then you get hit by the invisible stuff. 3 heals, but yes. Okay, that was bad. So now the talisman... Oh, now she's just having fire in her wake a lot. That is unfortunate. That's right, the second combo doesn't have the... I was trying to charge up an unbound parry for the 4th one after tanking the other ones, but I forgot. I forgot. Aha! Okay, I tried to... That was too cute, though, you know. Ah, I did it wrong. Oh. Oh. That was, she just tried to be too cute again, you know. Once I finally do something right, I'm like, what if I did it again, you know? Let's weave in an unbound counter to the normal parries, you know. Why? Because, look, if we can't get anywhere in Phase 2, we might as well make Phase 1 look a little stylish. Yeah, because there, she's not closing the distance on that attack. The post-teleport thing, right? She's not. It's always the same distance, so if you just dash twice, like, all the way ahead of it, once she hits the ground, I mean. Oh, too slow by far. Yeah, that's basically the build I'm doing, right? We got Hedgehog, Recip, Divine Hand for continuous ones, Quick Dose, which may not even be necessary, but I just, you know, rolling with it. Because if you can get the unbound parrying done, you know, then every block you do, as long as you're not getting hit, you know, it's all going to turn into damage eventually. Plus, I just feel like, how much damage are you even doing by hitting her with your sword, right? Not very much. So you might as well focus entirely on, you know, evasion and then hitting in those rare moments when you can. Sort of like Lost Lace, right? if you try to move, you can't ever move better than her, so you have to react, right? You gotta, I did the talisman thing again. You dash twice, and then you talisman. That is the way. So, one of those works, but not the other one. Okay, don't dash into it with the talisman. There'll be plenty of time to stick it. Whoops. Talisman doesn't give you iframes. That's fair. Eigong's very fair. Less lace. Yeah, you know, I think... I don't know if you saw me fighting Lost Lace or me, like, talking about it or, like, saying that she cheated or whatever, but I honestly think that that's just what the design is. I think that when she teleports, she always teleports such that the attack can hit you, and then if you're already moving, you know, then you have the momentum and you're not going to be able to get out of the way of it. So, like, I only ever beat Lost Lace because I started standing still, letting her move, and then just hitting her sometimes. Just basically never trying to press in unless there was some animation that I was very confident about. Which is honestly exactly what I feel about Eigong, right? Like, if I just don't move, unless it's an emergency, and we can focus on what really matters, getting hit inexplicably by pretty easy to avoid moves. Boom. Whoops, she caught me. Hey Flakes, how's it going? Yeah, if ever I could learn the right time to go for the unbounds on the combo unbound one, right? The fast teleport flip followed by the dash. Like, if I could get that, then we'd be talking. Oh, man. Oh, that's right. I wasn't faced for it. Haha! Oh, why did I turn back? She got me faced the wrong way. Aha! 3 heal phase 1, not ideal, decent. Decent, yeah, that assessment lasted that assessment lasted a super long time. All right. One more time with feeling. Just deleted. Well, you know, Thomas, it's funny you should say that because, you know, like, a lot of what this battle represents, right, overtly as well as symbolically, is like Lear's philosophy versus the corrupted philosophy of Eigong, right? They assessed that the way wasn't good enough for them anymore, right? They said, you know, we think the Tao is wrong. We don't want to, you know, do things peacefully. We don't believe in the way of inaction, you know? And Lear, through the whole game, helps us out, but you know, if Eigong was a boss that allowed you to be highly aggressive, that would be against the narrative purpose of this battle. Because the purpose of this battle is to show the triumph of the philosophy of good over the philosophy of evil, in addition to these people, their avatars, right? The whole corrupted Soul Council, which takes the image of the Tao and the prestige of Lear's peacefulness for the world and brings it to ruin and slavery. You know, to repudiate their wickedness, it's necessary that we follow the philosophy of the person they corrupted. And can I just say that I'm super impressed with me stringing that whole thought together while doing a very decent phase 1. We got a lot of internal damage, but that was just one heal. Alright, well, that didn't go so well. Oh, she got me. Alright, well, as I was saying, phase 1 went really well, and if I could just figure out how to, you know, with elegance, patience, grace, and the philosophy of inaction, live longer than 4 seconds in phase 2, then I bet that'll be nice. Later, awesome guy. I'm glad you hung out, and maybe I'll see you later on in another stream or video. This one won't be going on too much longer, as I have got to get on with my day, but we're coming up on my personal weekend, so I should be around playing this and other games. It's like, while I'm not sick of losing this, you know, I don't want to just lose this fight till I win it. That could be like a really long time, right? I'm like, oh, she's already in the second phase. That was pretty good. Alright, that was bad. Okay. Alright, well, that went very poorly, but I'm pretty sure there's enough total time between Yeah, so it's not like you don't have to string all of those parries together for the unbound counter 4-part combo where it's red, white, red. You can just parry the second one, third one, or get hit by him and still have enough time to recover, which is a nice window, right? Poor choice. No, come on. That ain't right. Alright, 2 heal phase 1. Pretty clean, honestly. Alright, so there. Well, we sure don't have that timing down, and until we do, it's gonna be... And the problem with that, too, is that it's not like we can get our timing from the release of the attack, because it's going to depend on our positioning. It's going to be tricky. That was rough. Hey, Froggy. Yeah, I just been sad, you know, so whenever I don't, you know, really feel up to talking, I just haven't been streaming. but I figured we would get in some losses here before work this morning. Aww. Oh, come on. Ugh. No, 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 they got me! Oh! Yeah, my favorite game to come out within the last 10 years. What was 10 years ago? 2016. What came out then? When did Hades come out? I'm just gonna torch that run, you know, we already made too many mistakes. We already made too many mistakes. I was trying to think of what games came out when. I wasn't paying attention to the... Yeah, the Master defeated the Disciple for real. I mean, like, me personally, not, like, as gaming as an art form, but just, like, for me, like, as a person playing games, it'd be Total War Warhammer, the trilogy, which I think the first one came out 10 years ago, but, because, like, those games have been, like, the bulk of my, like, gaming experience and, like, gaming watching since I got into them. I really like them. But, like, they wouldn't be, like, the ones I'm, like, you know, they're not, like, artistic pinnacles. I just love real-time strategy games. And, you know, like, being dwarves and flying dragons. Like, that's all just very excellent to me. I think it's just, like, the coolest and best-looking game. But probably Hades. The first Hades was something really special. The second one was great, but it suffered by not being the first time they did it. The hairpin blade? Dude. Yes. Yes, like, her, like, being like, oh, time to let my hair down, but it's a lightsaber? Mwah. Well. Oh, man, that was bad. So, we were in the fire, and then we got caught with a talisman, so we were burning by the fire while we were sitting there waiting for the talisman to hit. Ultra kill. Yeah, Froggy, thank you for the wishes. I just, if I talk about it, I'll just start crying. I gotta go to work, so I'm not gonna. Rough. There we go. Oh, man. Man! Boil them, mash them, cook them in a stew. Dude, Shunshan's like making his little recipes. He's like, what's a primate heart? And they're like, no, 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 don't make that one. So glad he didn't figure out how to make that one. No, come on! Just too slow on it, right? Oh, man. Man. Yeah, Frog, it's definitely nothing to say sorry for. Now, if I start getting caught out by the invisible ones, I've started parrying them a couple of times, which, you know, better to not get caught because it's a big window to do damage, but... No, she caught me. Haha, nice. Oh, I should have dodged that. Didn't jump over the first one, parried the second one, got hit by the third one too. Terrible. It's the spinning move to the spin slash downward thing. It looks very cool. Say, do I do any art-related things in my free time? Abstractly, yes. Recently, no, not really. Because, like, I have Warhammer models, right? But I haven't painted them in literally years, or put them together in years, or played a game in years, you know. I'm technically a bad poet because they can never take that away from you, but I don't write anymore, and I don't intend to start. I just listen to music. That's sort of like art. Absorbing art's sort of like doing it. Okay. She totally almost got me with the talisman, but we survived to do another thing. No! What? Oh, she bamboozled me hard there. Oh, man. Oh yeah, and also food. It's kind of like heart. A world famous bow. You know, that's what I thought I'd be. Yeah, that's what I thought I'd be. This is better, though. This is better than how I thought my life was gonna go. Man, keep on getting got by that. Decent. Well, Thomas, thank you. That's it's really wonderful to hear. Really, it does mean a lot. It's very cool for me to know that, you know, this thing that I enjoy doing, you know, talking not just to myself anymore while I play games is, you know, that it connects with other people. It's very gratifying. And Kiara, I would say I don't want to minimize your fears in that regard, but I understand that, like, it's not always easy to keep and have a job and stuff, but, like, there are places in this country that you can, you know, find a place where, you know, yeah, but, like, you're in Jersey, right, which is an expensive place. There's, you know, the future's always uncertain, and I don't want to make it sound like anything's gonna be easy, but that doesn't mean that you need to be thinking you won't have a place to live. It's a big world, you know. There's a lot of opportunities to find your place in it, even if they don't involve living in the same place you do now, you know. You know, it was a long time in my life. I'm like, have I ever lived by myself? No. I'm like, not really. That was like, my roommate moved out for several months and I had to pay all the bills, but like, the plan was never to live alone, right? So, like, I've always had roommates, you know, and I'm 39. Often those roommates were people that, you know, I was in a relationship with, but that's its own set of problems. I'm sure that all my ex-girlfriends would love me referring to them abstractly as roommates. Technically true, however. $50 an hour, you wouldn't have enough. Kiara, that's like, and you wouldn't have enough to live. That's just so wild to me. I live in a very low cost of living state. Yeah, like I knew New Jersey was expensive, but like, yeah, that's more than 3 times what I make. Right, well, that didn't go well. Yeah, Kiara, between me and you, although this is public on the internet, you make you make 1 cent an hour less than I do, buddy. So poof. Alright, one more time. Last time. One more time with feeling. And then I've got to go. Aww. Oh no, she caught me in the fire again. In some professions, yeah, Thomas, but not all. And that's just like a way for the business to defray their payroll expenses onto the customers. It's widespread in some industries, including mine. I don't get tips, but like bartenders, waiters, and waitresses, stuff like that. Those are very commonly tipped professions. Where they basically don't get paid almost anything from their employer, although they get, payroll taxes and the like paid by them just like anybody else. But by far the bulk, 80 or 90% of the money they make will be from people, their customers, just handing them money that they don't have to give them, basically. But it's socially the thing that is done. Okay, we did everything of that wrong. Oh, Thomas, yeah, you're preaching to the choir on that one, my friend. So I'm like, I have to go to work. There's actually a long history behind these tipped professions, and it's super gross. But yeah. So you would often get it so like hotel attendants, the guy that brings your bags up for you and stuff, chauffeurs for your cars, the doorman at a like a high-rise building, an elevator attendant if they had it. in my country, especially in big cities, especially in the time period we're talking about here, which is right after the Civil War, these professions became dominated by newly freed people who had previously been enslaved. And rather than want to pay them what they should pay them, right, these people that were doing basically servant jobs, they said, okay, you can take extra money, from the people around. So, like the guy who was watching after your train car for you, you would give him $1, not that much. This is in 1910, the sort of time period we're talking about, the origination of all this. But it basically, the tradition of that happening in this country 100% stems from businesses not wanting to pay African American people newly out of slavery fair wages, and so they sort of defrayed that cost onto the customers, and then they got to feel like that they're throwing them a dime or whatever to do something. And the tradition of tipping in this country to this day still stems from all of that. But Froggy, I do work at a steakhouse. I am a cook. We do not get tips. Theoretically, a person could send me money. It has happened. But, a table would have to tell the waiter, you bring this $5 bill to the guy who cooked my steak, and then I would get the money. I might have made $20 in 10 years doing that. But yeah. Well, Thomas, it's not so much the tradition. It's legally codified, but that is where it comes from, right? Because, well, I have to go to work. Labor laws in my country have been... I have to go to work. I could extemporaneously speak on this topic for quite some time. It's I'm all about the working man, right? And woman. Them too. So I know rather a lot about the history of the labor movement, especially in my country, but also a good bit about it worldwide. But that's the historical place where tips came from, and you still see tipped employees typically in what you would consider what we call the service sector now, but what we would have called 150 years ago, servants. The guy who drives your car for you, the guy who takes food to your house for you with the DoorDash things or whatever, the person who cuts your hair, or who dry cleans your clothes if you're rich, or, who shampoos your dog, any of those things, the stuff that you would have a servant for if you were an aristocrat. We don't have aristocrats in America, right? We just have people with too much money, so they have assistants and professionals that help them with things, and those people often get tips. And it's a way for the rich person to show how good they are as a person, and it's a way for the person employing, the housekeeper or whatever, to not have to pay them as much. A very ugly system, top to bottom, in my opinion, but that's sort of what is going on there. Anyway, and so you got this regard to, yep. I figure I know that these dynamics I'm talking about are more present in most countries in the world than they are in mine, and that they're even worse in the sort of iniquities that they visit upon people in other countries than they are in mine, but I still have a problem with it because it happens here, right? I oppose the oppression of the working class everywhere, but I know more about it where I see it. So, that's why I can't get so preachy about, working conditions in Costa Rica, because I don't know very much about Costa Rica, right? But fifth rich people and politicians that are basically Yakuza, yep, that can describe every country on the planet. Hooray! No, that's unfair. Some of the times, the rich people are the politicians, too. Anyway. All that is to say that I had fun hanging out too. Later, Kiara. Later, Thomas. I sure have enjoyed talking to you guys. We don't talk I try not to talk current events on this channel, but I didn't. I was just talking, overarching economic and political theory, and that's totally within the purview. It also applies to Nine Souls stuff, so we're bringing it all around. It's okay that I got preachy about it. Because, like, we're always 15 seconds away from me walking over to that shelf and pulling off a book and boring everybody for the longest time. But, anyway, I had a really good time losing to Eigong and hanging out with you guys, and I hope to see you again later on. Oh, sorry, Evan, you missed it. I should have... It's 10:49. I have to go right now. I'll see you guys.